aka Patters, this is the one. Now, look, I debated should I do Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man at the end of the challenge, at the end of the sketchbook, if you may, or comic book that we're producing, because previously we have the Steve Ditko Spider-Man. Previously, we have the John Romita Jr. or John Romita Spider-Man. And then between all of these iterations of Spider-Man for Stanuary, because that's what we're celebrating today, we have Lightyear, we have Superman. We begin our sketchbook with, come on, you guys know, do we know the highest hero in the galaxy? Solar Man, okay? And then here should be, I believe, Starbrand. But this is like the big one. This is the big kahuna. Only because McFarlane, through his ego and arrogance and living in the past, he's stayed in the public eye when it comes to comic books. He really hasn't gone away. Great at self-promotion. The upcoming generation didn't do a good job in defeating Todd McFarlane and his cohorts when it comes to the new hotness. There hasn't been enough new hotness. There hasn't been enough new hot talent to take over. The industry, as we all know, as documented on my channel, it's taken a downward turn. We're in a spiral era. Always mark your new pens. But yeah, we're in a spiral era right now. I don't know if they're going to call this the dark age of comics, the comic book historians, but I do. Cheers to all of you, by the way. And we're behind on this. There's so many things happening. We're behind on this sketchbook challenge. I got a major stomach flu. It's only been the past few days that I've actually felt decent waking up. But we're going to keep going, okay? We're going to persevere. I don't know if we're going to get this done on time, but this broadcast really should have been reserved for prime time, right? Should have been prime time. But we will, we'll stream whenever we can, as much as we can, between doing all of our other things when it comes to making comics and stickers and designing websites and working the 9 to 5 and networking and taking calls. Some of you have been reaching out to me about some work. So I know I have a couple DMs to respond to. So just keep in mind, everyone, I try and do everything. Hashtag endless. Hashtag let's go. I wanted the other one. Let me check my phone. My phone just went off. Keep in mind, this should be a Saturday fun day for me. All right. We're going to keep the phone going. But yeah, even here, we got, we're going to do our cartoon of Todd Boy here. Of course, this interpretation of him, he's going to be playing baseball. The caption will make a reference to his, to how much he loves baseball. And that was a part of his lore for so long. He was this almost like you see it in the Devil May Know documentary, where he highlights this time where he played ball so much. He kind of comes off that he would have went pro if he didn't get this injury. And I might be the only person on planet Earth that says BS to that. If you look at his baseball pictures, you can find them. You just search for him. He was never in baseball shape. I feel like in the other ranks, he just would have been chewed up and spit out. I'm not even sure if he was even AAA. Now, some of this I could be wrong, and keep in mind too, I'm speaking so much from the tip of my brain. I'm speaking a lot from memory. I could be wrong though. I could be absolutely incorrect on my assumptions for Todd McFarlane's baseball prowess. But, and here we go. We got our boy here as a caricature. And currently we got no AKA padders. My AKA padders, where the hell are you? So we do have some McFarlane reference on my tablet that is above me right now. And I actually feel like I mishandled. I always drew, like, from memory, I always did, like, I never feel like I nailed exactly what's happening with his eyes. Because that's kind of like McFarlane's real contribution. That's his real Siggy Sig when it comes to Webhead, is the eyes. A lot of people will say it was the spaghetti webbing, but as we all know, and I know some of you AKA padders out there, the spaghetti webbing was Michael Golden, and McFarlane is on record in talking about that. So there you go. Alrighty. Now we're going to color this in the fashion of the adjectiveless Spider-Man series. Our high-selling issue that McFarlane is absolutely known for. That's really what put him strictly on the map at that point. But we'll highlight that coloring style. Okay, we're not doing his amazing Spider-Man style. The inking barely kept up with him too, because I think he had guys like Bob Wyatt handle some of the ink job. Well, I cracked open a new marker, and I'm going to say I may have been premature in that. Bingo, bango. Okay, we're getting there. We are getting there. What time is it, by the way? 2:30. My original intent was to start this at around 11:30 today. Well, cheers to sticking to it, though, right? Now, and then a lot of McFarlane's style and his positioning, like I call it positioning, but it's really like art direction. A lot of his art direction for Spider-Man was like proportions like proportion wise, he like he basically stayed true to it. Like his proportions are not crazy. They're not ridiculous. Spider-Man is still like swimmer's body. He's still athletic, but the real art direction though is that he kind of brought back the Ditko black on black. Like he focused on Spider-Man kind of like sitting against a black wall and having his blue kind of come off as uh as almost like a graphic design element, almost just like a so they can do these like silhouettes. And that was the intention. That was by design. And again, too, like I think McFarlane's like, look, given I'm speaking for him, but I feel like a lot of his intent was he wanted to separate himself as much as possible um, to the status quo. Like he really didn't want anything to do with the status quo. He wanted to be as separate as possible. And in a way, like you can't blame him. Like if you're given that opportunity. And I'm doing way more of a exaggerated McFarlane pose, which is not uncommon. Like a lot of the McFarlane interpretations do things that McFarlane would never do. Like they're either like more extreme, more savage, more violent looking, and which is like fine when it comes to just like on the visual sense, like because it's still like an interesting image, but it's not. There's a very distinctive way that McFarlane even posed Spider-Man, and you have to go into the choices that he made along the way to really get it and be able to emulate it and be able to like understand it. Now, for me, on the other hand, like I really haven't had a lot of time analyzing McFarlane's stuff. Like I've known about it my entire life. Well, mostly my entire life. But, like I'm still not in this camp where I obsessively like copy them. I, like set out to emulate them. Even when I was younger, it was kind of like McFarlane was so unique and such an individual, like on his own. You always just like, well, like I'm not like I can't copy that. Like that was a lot of the attitude, and rightfully so, because I think that's his intent. Like not to be duplicated, and so many people try. I think guys like John Clearly, you can look him up on Facebook. He does digital sculpture now for toys, like for stuff for like NECA and stuff like that. I just feel like his style, which he did work for Tops and for Tops and Marvel, but his style was so close to McFarlane, but again also like completely separated because he like the level of his line work was just like so exaggerated. It was like he was like almost mocking the McFarlane style, like almost mocking it. And I really feel like I just don't feel like there's there's a lot of nobility in like just completely copying someone. Like you kind of do have to decide, like, you know, like where your style's ending and where theirs is beginning. All right, we're in like a good, we're in like a good position here, people. Just when it comes to time. And like, I don't even, like, there's not even a lot of traction on the chess emblem. Yeah, like there's so many, again, like McFarlane's stuff gets so ingrained in you when you look at it for long enough. You kind of forget things. But he doesn't like it. I don't know. Like, does he do a prominent symbol on the chest? Or does he just like always kind of like mask it? All right. I mean, we're there with the pose of our boy here. I want to say we can dot out some of this like heel here to make it a little bit more distinctive. Should have erased that. And even here, like I am over complicating the McFarlane aesthetic here. I can like already tell. All right, and then we're gonna start with all this beautiful spaghetti webbing. Yeah, and a part I think just recently, like I just been missing my proportions on this entire sketchbook challenge. The one I did earlier, my Stan Lee Superman from DC's Just Imagine. I don't know, like not crazy about those proportions. I kind of liked it at one point, I'll say that, but nope, not anymore. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm not supposed to break. Well, you know what? The hell with it. We'll break the panel border. Originally, I map out breaking the panel border here. You know, like the moon was supposed to sit throughout the panels, not on top of them. All right. People, holy crap, did we make quick progress? I think we got further on this one than we did on many of the others. Oh, where's my screen? Come on. And you know what? He was big on like the internal like feathering for some of these, which kind of helped mask the level of detail. Just gave the impression of more detail. So we're going to go in actually with our lettering right here. And we're going to just do some rich darks. Actually, you know what? We can probably just go in with the black Crayola. Might as well. A little bit easier, a little bit more more coverage, a little bit more dark. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to put blacks to hide stuff. Everyone does it. You might as well be one of them too. All right. I think we have something. Yes, and then this one's going to be way more colored wise, like detail wise. So we're going to break away from the flats. You know, like we're still going to focus on thicker strokes of the Crayola, but then we are going to do some colored pencil blending. Faux show. So again, always keep in mind, part of the technique is pencil, ink, erase, re-ink. You know, like you gotta go back and fill in gaps, make portions look a little bit more complete, more detailed. Even add feathering or speckling for parts that didn't come off. All right, let's start with some sweet yellow, mellow yellow. Now, on my last one, the Stanley Superman, we kind of went a little overboard, and I did it off camera, a little bit overboard with the highlight number 2, the blue side of it. I'll show you guys that real quick. See, right here. Little too heavy. I mean, even now, like, I guess I can maybe try and fix some of it. It just felt like this. There's just something missing on this one, and I cannot pinpoint it. I really hate the proportions. There's so many things I dislike about the one I did earlier. But here we go. We got our boy. And we're just focusing on like more shapes. The term I use to describe this, it's called modeling. Like, I'm spending a little bit more time modeling the figure. So we're adding additional highlights, shadows, base colors, with the idea that we're giving form, we're giving shape, we're defining, the roundness of everything. You know what? And I just feel like should I try and upgrade what I've been doing? Color pencil wise. Oh, okay. Let's see. Because I got some Prismacolors here with a different type of wax. Built different Prismacolor, right? And what do we got here? Right here. Prismacolor. Right. And part of my idea was to go all Prismacolor. with like everything, markers and pencils. No, wind block. Stain Superman is right here, bud. Stan Lee's Superman. This was this was a book. A part of DC's Just Imagine. So they did I think this was 13 separate volumes with a Justice League and a Crisis one. They did Crisis of Just Imagine to wrap it all up. But yeah, a legit real life Stan Lee created. I mean, look, we got Kyle Baker here too. I forgot to highlight that before. But yeah, but there he is, Stan Lee Superman. Oh yeah, this is like way different than the other ones. Holy moly. Like a totally different. Windblock, thanks for checking out the previous stream, bud. Appreciate it. I saw your short too. Very nice. I love it. I love it when people have characters that have been in their like personal portfolios for years. And I mean it, dude. I'll work with you to get that book out. Along the way, just be mindful of my schedule. But I'm always here on stream. So but let me know. Like keep me posted. You can always pop in and ask questions about it. You can always DM me. This is almost like light and day. This, yeah, I'm gonna say 203 or 04. No, I'm sorry, 2001. It was a part of a whole line. Like here, we have the Green Lantern, Batman, and this was like they had the best of the best in comics. Anyone that wasn't really under some type of exclusive contract with Marvel worked on those. So this has so much wax on it already. I'm a little paranoid about the webbing, if the webbing's going to hold. Just from the fine liner. Because I'm putting a lot on here now. So part of the reason of going bigger with some of the illustrations here was I really felt like last year's like some of those pages from a year ago looked a little too muddy. And it was because, you know, like you try and fit everything into smaller spaces. You know, easily understandable stuff. We even have a micron in here. Hey, we may have just found a decent fiber. Cool. I'm normally very particular of and exact with how I organize things. So when I find something, it's a pretty good surprise. All right, we got some orange here. And it's all about the head. Again, I was speaking about that earlier. It really is all about that focal point. You have to nail down your focal point and like let the rest of the illustration grow from that point. You know, like it breeds almost, like comes to life through through the focal point. I thought there was like another highlight piece I wanted to touch here. Yeah, I don't know. Wind block. Like I said, I'm tough to ink. I'm tough to ink. Total excellence. So what's happening? Total excellence. Welcome to the Todd McFarlane Spider-Man stream. I was just commenting how difficult I am to not only to ink but also to color. And dare I say that with a bit of pride. And it's not anything on purpose either. You know, it's just it's like that's just the way the cookie crumbles. That's the way I see things. You know, like I practiced enough to be able to, see something in like my mind's eye and be able to just to lay it down. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, thanks, dude. Yeah, I got, like that video you sent kind of put me down a little bit of a rabbit hole in getting things that McFarlane, like the way how he was self-describe his process and what he was doing more or less. And I found this one. It might have been from the comic book greats, but I found this one where he's hold up here. Here we go. We gotta get that foot down. But I found one where he kind of like he draws Spider-Man in like this like square. And I'm pretty sure he was talking to Stan Lee, and he's like, you may only have this. Like, this is your space. And we have to, like, make the guy interesting. And he kind of, like, does this, like, quick pose. And that's kind of always what the challenge is. So here, I just drew, like, a quick, like, shape. Like, I need to cover this. Because I figured, like, there's enough in this panel to do something. There's enough in this panel to do something. Like, you can kind of see how I saw some of the paneling unfold. So anyway, I just said to myself, I'm like, you got to do it like a certain way. You have to. Your approach needs to mimic McFarlane's as well. Wind block. I don't know if I can comment on your coloring. Nothing. I'm sorry, nothing comes to mind. I did see some marker stuff, but yeah. Are you speaking of computer coloring? Yeah, North Carolina. Yeah. Yeah, it's all about the eyes, isn't it? Yeah. See, a lot of times too, when like instinctively, I would draw like if we have this, right? Like I always drew his eyes like that. See, like almost just like a almost like a baseball diamond. If you guys can see that, right? But his eyes more or less like they scoop up and then that they come down under. So they're almost like it's almost like a tooth. You know, it took me like it wasn't until right now that I had to like realize some of that. Look, it's not like it's not a it's not like an easy task. Um when you gotta like mimic someone's style. It's I think that's one of the most challenging things an artist can do. Because it really pushes like your process because like you're rethinking every little step. And it's difficult, but again, it's a sketchbook challenge. It's not sketchbook easy. I got some purple here that I'm just kind of using for some extra roundness. All right, we can do some webbing though. Let's do some webbing. Yeah, North. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we got 2 North Carolina buds here. I'm trying to stay warm. Yeah, we've been getting decent weather here in Philly, and we're like winter's like what 2-3 months, like a solid 2 months. So I don't know. I am excited and happy with how this winter has unfolded here in Philly. Got a friend in Buffalo that was a part of that insane snowstorm too. Was getting pictures from that, and holy crap! Yeah, like whenever you think it's bad, like whenever you think it's like too hot, like someone in like Texas will just send me like pictures of the things just like melting in their driveway. Like there's always that's the one line I love from Star Wars Episode 1. Like there's always a bigger fish, which that applies to like so much. All right, let's lighten up some of this some of these blues though. Let's lighten up some of these blues and blend them. All right. Cool. Now, usually I always remember the moons as like almost like a bone white. And I don't know if I want to do that to instinct like right here. Like see, that's a good color for a 90s comic book moon. But I never liked that. So I don't know if I want to go lighter and do like a light blue. Sorry, some of these gaps here are bothering me. A lot of times, like when I'm talking, and grabbing things. Like I'm turning my head and I'm coming back and I'm just seeing like errors. You know, my brain just goes, oh. Yeah. Coming from Chicago, this weather is tropical. Yeah. I will post today. Okay, will do, bud. Yeah, 40 week has always been in 50s morning. Yeah, Mark, had a conversation with someone Friday that was in Florida. Basically just like bragging about the good stretch of weather. Not bragging, just informing. All right, so let's see. Do we have like another? See, I kind of want to say like that gray. Yeah, that's too close though. So let's just kind of. And part of the idea is to put some gray like on top of this to muddy it up a little bit. Remember, you just gotta practice. You have to find ways to draw. You have to find ways to practice. You have to find ways. Like I'm not joking. Right now, as we were texting, like maybe if you guys really want to, here, okay, can I highlight that? Here we go. See, look, hold up here. Where are we? Oh, I missed that. Yeah, but see, like even here, like like want to meet us. Like even now, people like AKA padders, like I am sacrificing. Uh, yeah, I'm sacrificing personal time to do this stuff. But in my mind, I'm not sacrificing because this is what I'm choosing to do. It's just a little, it gets a little murky when there's like an outside world, and like people will just assume, like, oh, like like you have a gig, you have a job, like you do pretty well, like you're this, you're that, and they'll have like these ideas, and it doesn't mean that they're not like true, but it does affect the way that they look at you, and when they invite you out and when they do things, they don't really look at it a lot of times at that they're pulling you away from something, and that's the struggle. That's why it's good for you to kind of practice and get good with vocalizing that to family for all kinds of reasons. And flop, yeah. What we got? Here we go. When I was younger, I used to draw like McFarlane, but once I was Dragon came out, I believe I started drawing like Eric Larson. Oh, jeez. Eric Larson, man. That dude can go. I got no love for Eric Larson. He is a attention baiting, I don't know, crybaby. Team PAD isn't Team Eric Larson, I'll tell you that. And rightfully so. Yeah. I supported that guy financially for even back at the days at the comic shop. Supported his Aquaman, like when he was on Aqua, writing that, when he was writing Wolverine, all that stuff. Savage Dragon, it goes on and on. Not anymore, though. I was hoping the panels would make it pop a little bit more, but I don't think so. I don't think the panels are making it pop. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen McFarlane at conventions. You know, like a convention's a convention. It's like yeah, like they're long, they're grinding, they're grueling. Uh, it's hard to expect everyone to always be their best. So, all right. So here, let me see here. Let me get this going. So he kind of always, like, he wrapped his webbing. Like, he was aggressive with the way how, and he did like tiny. Like, just the way how he drew Spider-Man too. You're like, man, like you're doing that like monthly. You're doing that like a couple times a page. But see, like here, maybe like let you guys see that. But now we're talking. I mean, it's looking. Yeah, I mean, it's you know, some of these guys. Yeah, I mean, a lot of them, I'm sure, are great in person, but a lot of them too, like including Liefeld, like they're like internet warriors. You know, like they're kind of like two-faced. You know, like they're one way here, they're another way there. All right, I mean, I think we're there, right? Not 1,000%, but close enough. All right, people. Wow, 1 hour. Wow, that went by quick. Everyone, thank you so much for hanging out. God bless you. And Wind Block, keep me posted. The colors are popping. And brother, I might just color something today. Dude, color something every day. Color all day. But we're getting some good traction here now. When we do our flip through, like we're legit making a comic. I love it. I just love when the comic book part starts like coming to life. All right, everyone, rock and roll. I love you.